Oh, hi, what's happening? I've seen a few things in the paper this week, well not the paper but the virtual paper, that tells me about the UK and how things are really like riots on the street basically. People can't eat, they're fighting for vegetables. A young man's collected a load of coupons and he's giving £600, the value of the coupons, to charity because people are starving. Look, you can take my word for it. This chap here, and look at this. Fights breaking out over cut price fruit and veg. I mean, first of all, they're fighting about Tesco's cut price fruit and veg. So, you know, the shit really has hit the fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to live for a week, possibly, on a £10 shopping bill. And the recipe is pot-au-feu, which in French is a pot on the fire. And it's beef based with vegetables, and you pad it out over the week with rice, more pasta, a few more carrots. And so I'm starting the video today. Today is the 18th of December, something like that. 19th maybe. Yes, Thursday the 19th. So we'll go in the shop now and get some stuff. I'll cook it, show how to cook it obviously, and then we'll progress through the week, and also I'll take my weight now and at the end of the week to prove that I haven't lost any weight. It's worth noting that you may need additional supplies of chocolate, a carrot based diet with a bit of meat and rice. It's okay, but you know, you might want some chocolates. So, on with part 2. On our way to get it. A shit day. For shopping. There's a lot of trouble to go to. It's absolutely pissing down with rain. That's where I'm going. Super U. So probably going to go for something like that. Which I'm going to get cut. $4.95 a kilo. Get 2 kilos. Alright, 1 kilo and 3/8. Je fais un film.
Ah bah là on fait comme vous voulez hein.
D'accord. C'est le monsieur là, très gentil. Alors, je prends un... Oui, ouh là là, c'est tempting ça. Non, c'est trop cher. Too expensive. Mais le deuxième morceau là.
Celui-ci.
Ouais.
Qui suit pareil.
Voilà, c'est combien ça?
Je vais vous dire. 55. 5,64.
Fantastic. 5 euros. Je le prends.
Très bien.
Très bien, merci.
D'accord.
You'll obviously need a stock cube, vegetable cube. I've got some already, so I'm all right there. So we've got so far. Obviously I'm not using all those potatoes. Swede. I think it's a Swede. It smells Swedish. Carrots, mushrooms, leeks, onion. Okay, well I managed to spend 42 euros, including oil for the chip fryer, a big bag of potatoes, leeks, and just a bag full of stuff, which comes to 42 euros. Kind of scary. I'm going to be frying some chips later in that monster, the state of the art in the 1998, I suppose. State of the art chip fryer, not like those modern ones, plasticky modern ones. And I've got my chips, they've been in there overnight. Anyway, this is what I've spent on. I've spent €17 on the bits. So it was €2 for the mushrooms, 5 for the potatoes, a Swede, €3, €2.50 for leeks. No, the onions, but I'm not going to use all those. Boom, breath. I've spent €17, but I've got a big bag of onions. I've got a lot of stuff that I'll use for another day. Let me get it all out and I'll show you on the table. So here we are. We've got our basic, fundamental building blocks of life, leeks, etc. In the next video, I'm going to cook it all, you know, one of the things about this is that you need to spend a lot of time on it, and I know it's a big advantage in fast food that it takes a long time to cook and to prepare. We like that. Thinking ahead, putting this, for instance, what I'm going to do is I'll boil this now in this pan when it's empty, and I'll boil that for about an hour, and then I'll take it outside and with the cover on it and let it sit and all the fat will congeal. Then I'll scrape all the fat off, either while I'm doing that or before or after, not important. I'll peel the carrots, add that in, add everything in basically. This cheese is a nice soft cheese, cow cheese from cow milk, as opposed to goat or I don't know, monkey. I'll add some of that. I'll add maybe one of those, two of those. So right, onwards. So at this stage in my TV chef career, here's what we got. We've got a big pot on the gas, and we're going to wait for the water to boil, then we're just going to leave it. So it's still daylight now, but it'll be dark soon, and that will boil for about an hour, and then I'll wait until tomorrow. So I'm going to be hungry tonight, and that's the beauty of this system. You get to really appreciate when you eat it. You've got to wait 24 hours basically, and then you've got a week to enjoy it. So I'll come back with a final report on that when it's boiling maybe, and later on of course I'll cut it up, because you can't eat meat like that with vegetables in it. It's got to be cut up, right? So it'll be cut up once it's cooked and the fat taken off it and reheated. I'll cut it up, not necessarily in that order, and take the bone out as well, because that actually comes from here. It's the chest part of a bull, maybe a cow, male or female. I'll eat them. I don't mind, you know, I'm not fussy. I'll eat either. And then, so the only thing I've added to that is a bit of salt, actually. Maybe I didn't, so I'll put a bit in now. Helps the purification process. And this is good rice, by the way. I recommend it. It's non-stick. Unstickable, that means, in Colable. Unstickable. That's from Aldi, you get that. Very good. And when that's ready with the vegetables going in it, I'll add the seasoning. Well, it's just come into the boil now, and you can see all that scum on the top, and that's just for starters. So the idea is you get rid of it all. Because we don't want to eat that. He asked me in the shop, he said, what's the meat like in England? I said, yeah, it's good, yeah. It's alright, it's meat. So I'll leave that for cooking on a much lower heat once it's up to the boil fully for about an hour, you know, and then let it stand I've got to find somewhere to put this. Make a sandwich out of it, I suppose. And there we have about an hour. I've turned the gas off now. So it's been cooking for about an hour. And it looks pretty horrible actually. But the only way is up when it comes to cooking like this. So you can see all the oil in it, not oil but the fat there. Let that stew a bit longer in its own heat, and then I'll do what it says on the tin. Well, here we are. I've taken that out. I don't want that. And here's the second one. Usually I buy my meat from another supermarket, and it comes pre-packed. You just get stuff that's specially made to be done like this. He's a nice guy there, you know, but I'm not overly impressed with this meat, I have to say. I mean, look at that. That's kind of gristle and fat, and I don't know, not the greatest piece of meat in the world. Lovely guy, but if I want a friend, I'll go and join a social club. When I go to a butcher, I want good meat every time. Right, this is really yeah, good for the dog, some of this actually. Aye. Bit of fat, I don't mind, you know, a bit of fat's greases the wheels and all that, makes the world go round. Back in the pot. So I'm cutting it up, whatever size you like basically. Meat, I think the more morsels I've got, the more meat I've got. Yeah, it's kind of like that really. Chez moi. Yeah, we say that here, chez moi, at my place, for me. Rational logic goes a long way when you're cooking on a budget. So yeah, little cubes. Bon, c'est bon là, comme ça. Chop that in half. That one in half. Aye. Up. I know what you're thinking. God, he's a graceful cook. Well, I wasn't always like this. Yeah, I'm really not massively impressed with this meat. The dog's getting excited. Getting excited, aren't you, Bubs? Smells quite good actually, the fat. Do you know what? I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put all that in. Okay, you get the picture. I'll just cut a bit of that off. I've got to watch the running time. This is going to end up being like the Ben-Hur of cookery programs. That's what's left. When I'm doing carrots, I use a Cutco knife. I'm not in the business like Will Ferrell of publicising what I use, you know. Not for me, the cheap Gratos material from Cutco of New York, no. But I'm just pointing it out because this knife that my mother used to sell Cutco equipment. Hi Mum, if you're watching. Check this out. I mean, these are industrial carrots here. They're not out of a tin. This is where I chop carrots, right? So that'll be for the horses later, because horses love carrots. I'm going to put I've still got quite a few. I've got another 4 left. So, well, that'll do actually. Okay, and then I'll use my carrot peeler pretty damn good. I'll just quickly show you the performance of this peeler. Not to be sniffed at, you know. Astoria. That was a present from my sister, and yeah, it's the Lamborghini of peelers, basically. Right, check this out. Up, attention. It's always a challenge when you get an odd short one like that, you know, you're better off taking it out and doing that on its own. I know it's time consuming, but it's a bit like when you take a wrong road and you know you've made the wrong turn, but you don't want to turn back because you can't. That's tricky. Oh wow, there you go. Well, that's okay, that's the carrots done. They can go straight in. The newly boiled, which has just started to boil now. Pot. Right, hang on then. Ben Hur. I'll just scrape that grease off there that I had the meat on with, that I cut the meat up with. Lovely. This wasn't actually a Swede at all. It smells really good. It's a Danish, yeah. No, it's a turnip, which you knew anyway, right? I suppose you don't want it too small, but there's no... do what you like with it, basically. Important thing is that you kill it and get it in the pot. So, leeks, mushrooms, cheese for later, garlic, onions. With leeks, I just cut the end off. Obviously, you can wash them, but I tend to see. I'm assuming no knowledge of cooking here, obviously.